Well, the sun is out after a night of heavy storms, helping crews clean up and restore power to more than 25,000. Hello, and thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Jurnee Taylor.
And I am Hoyt, and he is meteorologist Nathan Scott as we look ahead to what's sounding like a really nice weekend. Nothing like what we've seen the last couple of days rain-wise, right?
Yeah, Rolling Jurnee, a little bump in the road out there this evening in terms of there could be an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but overall, it's going to be a dry evening. Here's a radar loop right now. Nothing like what we saw last evening. These are fairly tame storms that are trying to develop a downpour here in Pope County, spreading its way into Van Buren County, also one near Clarksville. The strongest cell has some thunder and lightning with it right over Woodruff County. It's drifting its way down to the south and southeast. So this could produce some heavy rain for a short amount of time, and maybe even some pea-sized hail. Can't be ruled out. Here's visible satellite temperatures today. Not as hot. The high today, 95, was the number at Little Rock. You see those clouds on the increase, though. And those clouds will be sticking around for parts of the region tonight. That may obscure some of your viewing if you're planning to check out the partial lunar eclipse. I'll get more details into that a little bit later in the broadcast. But temperatures tonight dropping down to the upper 60s, low 70s. And tomorrow to close out the work week, pretty nice summer weather. Highs, low 90s. It's also going to be less humid. Small chance there could be isolated shower thunderstorm into South Arkansas. Let you know if the less humid conditions stick around for the weekend coming up.
All right, Nathan, thank you. Provocative billboards and notoriously criminal neighbors are two reasons city leaders in Harrison have been trying to shed a racist image for decades.
The northern Arkansas city's outskirts once served as a headquarters for a Ku Klux Klan chapter, but leaders there today, well, they continue to say that checkered history is in the past.
T311's Tanya Motorzitsky listened in as the state's MLK Commission tried to amplify that progress.
The city of Harrison's history with white supremacy has given the city a bad reputation, and Mayor Jerry Jackson says they spent 15 years trying to change it.
If we were a sundown town, it would have been over 100 years ago when a lot of them were.
Thursday afternoon, Mayor Jackson came to Central Arkansas to tell that story.
One guy created the perception of Harrison.
That one guy, he says, is the Ku Klux Klan leader, Thom Robb, who Jackson says came in the 70s and created chaos by using a P.O. box in Harrison, but lived outside the city, then started buying billboards around town. He says residents don't have that same ideology as Robb or like the other Klan members. To change the perception about the city, 15 years ago, he started working with the Arkansas Martin Luther King Commission.
We found that Harrison is a wonderful city, a beautiful city, and we did realize, that we had to confront the truth of the fact that there is a KKK leader who lives 6 miles outside of Harrison.
Deshaun Scarborough with the commission says he wanted to work with the city to help build the bridge for a reconciliation through MLK's 6 principles for unity and nonviolence and legacy.
Because nonviolence is not only the way you act, it's the way you speak, the way you carry yourself.
The MLK Commission goes all over the state to help with youth intervention and helping cities like Harrison come together. Over the years, Scarborough says after he went to see Harrison for himself, they worked to implement programs they said that they've seen progress with.
To help assist them with a task force and developing a Harrison task force on race relations.
Mayor Jackson has 4 months left in office, and he says the city has made significant progress reshaping how people see Harrison and hopes the next mayor continues the progress.
But we've got to figure out a way to get people to come to Harrison. And I know they're afraid when they see the video. I would be also. But if they come to Harrison, they'll realize that's not it.
In Maumelle, Tanya Motorzitsky, THV 11 News.
Well, the Arkansas MLK Commission's conference continues through Saturday.
And the conference celebrates with some fireworks tonight. It'll be a show along the river in North Little Rock. It starts at 9.
Well, nearly $150 million is headed to rural health care here in Arkansas. And according to Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, it's just the start of the state's efforts to transform rural health. The program created through President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill will send $55 million to Thrive, focus on telehealth and health monitoring. But another $93 million goes to PACT, aimed at things like specialty care, screenings, and trauma-ready services.
We can't have a strong state without a healthy people. And thanks to the grants we're announcing today, we're giving a lifeline to providers who are in turn giving a lifeline to small communities in Arkansas.
The state says it expects $209 million in awards by this fall. Officials also say Arkansas could receive about $1 billion over the next 5 years.
Tonight, Little Rock School District officials are expected to finalize new attendance zones as they prepare for West High School to open the next fall. There are at least 5 proposals for how to distribute students to the new school from within the 2 current zones for Central and Southwest. Parkview and Hall High are both magnet schools already. Board members have emphasized maintaining demographic splits that mirror the percentages of black and white students in the district. They're also hoping the new West High will help the district reverse enrollment declines. That meeting is underway right now, and we'll have more coming from there later tonight at 10. Across the river in Maumelle, city leaders will discuss a streetscape project that would connect Millwood Station Food Truck Park to Club Manor Corridor. It creates a more walkable, livable area. And the proposal would also include converting part of Club Manor Drive from 4 driving lanes down to 2. That meeting starts at the bottom of the hour.
Well, we're continuing our coverage of the $17 billion settlement between Meta and dozens of states, including Arkansas, over the impact of social media on children. As part of the agreement, the company will set limits for minors overnight and during school, and will also do away with appearance-related filters. Arkansas was the first state to file back in 2023, and now that it's settled, Attorney General Tim Griffin had this to say.
I think this is going to be really helpful for parents, and I think we're going to be able to leverage the injunctive relief and some of these funds to address addiction, health and safety, and some other things.
Well, the natural state is guaranteed at least $172 million, making this the state's largest ever settlement from a big tech company. A federal court has handed the Attorney General another win as well. This one focused on Arkansas pharmacies. Today, they tossed out the legal challenge to the state's Rule 128, which, according to the AG, helps make sure pharmacies get fair pay for filling prescriptions. He also points to what he calls insufficient payments from pharmacy benefit managers as one reason some pharmacies have had to close.
Each of Arkansas's more than 400 missing persons cases has a story. Today, dozens of those stories filled one room. TV 11's Carter Thweet attended an annual missing persons event where families searching for answers came together.
You won't find many rooms filled with more heartache.
It's like having an acid that just eats at you every day.
Feelings like passion.
She's not going to leave her family.
Desperation.
We resorted to even going to psychics.
And sadness.
I don't really believe that he's still alive after all this time.
All present here on Thursday.
It's all about just continuing.
Attorney General Tim Griffin puts on this event every year. 2 years ago, he announced the formation of the state's first cold case unit.
They've made a big impact already in the first 2 and some odd years.
Some families have been looking for answers for much longer than that.
My mother, Patsy D. Clark, she disappeared March the 4th, 1987.
While her son David searches the Little Rock area,
we're concentrating our efforts on locating the car, find it. Very likely we'll find Mom.
Others traveled thousands of miles to be here. Lisa Allen came from Alaska to search for answers about her sister's case.
My sister's name is Jeffrey Lynn Smith, and she's been missing since 1985 from Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Families say it's exciting to hear about what the state is doing and the latest advancements in cold case tech. They hold out hope.
It just takes a moment for this information to get out to the right people.
But more than that, this event allows them to find common ground.
It's a hard dynamic, but it's very good because we all understand each other. Most people don't understand what we go through and what it's like, so we all get where we're at. We're all in the same place. We don't know.
In Benton, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
Carter, thank you. And Colleen Nick, whose daughter Morgan's body has never been recovered after her presumed murder back in 1995. Colleen also spoke today. She discussed the Morgan Nick Foundation's work to help prevent abductions and support families across the country. Still to come here at 6, we'll show you how state leaders are preparing Arkansas for a spot in the next space race.
And by this time for tomorrow evening, the Salt Bowl will be getting underway in Saline County. A very popular game across the metro, and the weather is going to cooperate. Not only for that game, but overall any high school football game. Temperatures starting out into the upper 80s around kickoff, dropping down into the upper 70s with mostly clear skies as we get into the 8-9 o'clock hour. I'll have what you can expect for this weekend and more on that partial lunar eclipse for this evening coming up.